Hello everyone, I'm Phoenix Tremayne, and today we're going to talk about Tyler Perry's Bruh, Episode 11, Double Standard, hashtag, hyphen uncensored. I have no idea why this is called, I understand why it's called the Double Standard, because that's how the show started with Mike and Pam and their conversation, but I don't know anything that was uncensored about this. There really wasn't any cursing or nudity or anything, so I don't know what's uncensored. But this was actually a pretty good episode, and I enjoyed it. And me and my friend watching, we had a good laugh at this episode, but not the beginning. When Mike tries to convince Pam that he wants a relationship, he's ready to settle down with her. And then she mentions that she's friends with Regina, and he's just doing the same thing Bill's doing. As soon as he finds out she's with somebody else, that all of a sudden he wants a commitment. And then she also reveals to him that he is the only man that she's actually sleeping with, that he may see her with other men, but they're not doing anything. Unlike him, who can't say the same, that, you know, he's trying to get with every woman he can and still be with her. So that conversation really goes nowhere. They're pretty much at the same spot that they were when they first stopped talking to each other. The guys bond, and then the rest of the episode is in the bar or restaurant, bar/restaurant. And the guys bond. Barry talks about his girl. They're like, "Oh, you really don't have girls to talk about, you know." And since the show started, we only really seen him try to hit on one girl in the first episode, and then get shot down, and we really ain't seen anything since, which is going to bring about something else I'm going to talk about at the end of this. So the guys bond. They have lots of back and forth chatter, joking on each other, and it's very natural. It's definitely some ad-libbing in there. I don't think it's all written, because I've seen Barry Brewer's stand-up in some of his skits he's done online, and that seems more in line with what he's done online, which he's like a totally different person, which makes him a really good actor, because he's sort of like a dork on the show, but on his skits and whatnot, he's like the man. So, you know, it's interesting seeing him sort of switch up like that. And then Pam is in the bar again with another new man, but this time Mike doesn't go running over there trying to see what's going on, especially since he knows that she says she's not sleeping around, but it does make him start drinking heavily. But it also gets him to do something at the end, which is the big twist. So Mike sees that Valerie comes into the bar, and she starts getting on Tom for not being with her, and that he just had screwed her and just left her alone, and, you know, you shouldn't treat women like that. And she's in her low fatal attraction psycho mode, talking about, "I'm gonna get you," and then Mike pulls out his phone and is clearly recording, and then gets her to admit that she lied and she wanted it and all that kind of stuff. So we know Tom's about to get his job is going to be safe again, because now she pretty much admitted everything that happened. And then he tells her he recorded her, which he should have never done. He should have, like, never told her she was recorded, should have let her crazy self go on about her way, and then surprise her when they go have the meeting at the job, that she was recorded everything she said, which should cost her job, not his. But we'll see how it goes. I have a feeling she's really going to be fatal attraction type character that, you know, tries to get him by the season finale or sooner. And then we had the big twist where Mike is mad that Pam is at the bar with yet another guy. And then, so when he sees these two white women, he immediately starts hitting on them and tries to, like, say, "Oh, you would like Bill, and you you look like my type," all this kind of stuff. And Barry keeps saying, I'm sorry, on the show he's John. John keeps telling him, "Look, man, I got something to tell you. Don't do that." You know, he's trying to get him. And then Bill looks at him like, "Is that her?" And he's like, "Yeah." And so finally he says, like, Mike, that's the dean's daughter. And Mike turns around, looks at her like, say what? And so that's how the show goes off. Um, Now, the last thing I'll say about the show is it's too short. All the other shows, Sisters, The Oval, How Have and Have Nots, If Love Me Is Wrong, all those are hour-long shows. And the problem with this particular show, the way it's written, because it's not like a sitcom. So the way it's being written is like each episode really spotlights one guy, maybe show a little bit more, and the other guys just like a little bit of information. But we don't really get full storylines as sort of like a continuation. Like we probably seen Regina in like 2 episodes, and so that means Bill's story is now stalled because we don't know what's going on with him and Regina. That's just left up in the air. After Barry started to show off being like sort of main focus for that first episode, then all of a sudden it was about everybody else, not him. He's just getting around to meeting a girl. Tom, he barely gets any screen time at all, as far as his storyline goes. And then, we have Bill. Like I said, him and Regina's story, she's in the credits. So we should be definitely seeing more of them. But if it was an hour show, which is like 46 minutes without the commercials, then, each character could have character development in each episode instead of like every couple episodes, then you'll get something from this guy, and then a couple more episodes, and we'll get around to this guy. So I don't think it's fair to the characters. And like I said, the way it's written, everyone doesn't really necessarily have their story, move forward with each episode because we don't really get a clear view of all the storylines per episode. That's it. Let me know what you think. Do you think Broad should be longer? Or are you good with it being at just 20-something minutes, 23 minutes, whatever? And what did you think about this episode? I think the banter was a lot of fun. It felt natural and fresh. And we reached almost at the halfway point of the story. We're on episode 11. So, tell me what you think.